Hi everyone. So by now you should have your canvas, which measures 41 by 51 centimeters. Okay. See just here the actual size. So what we want to do is edit our still life photo so that it sits on a proportionally similar surface. Okay, so first thing we're going to have to do is open up Photoshop, and we're going to create a new document. So we go create new, and I'm going to make it a custom one. Now, I'm just going to call this my still life, and I've actually changed it already, the actual size, to 25 centimeters by 20 centimeters. So that is exactly half the size, or almost half the size of your canvas, which is 51 by 40 centimeters. So give or take a centimeter. So make sure your resolution is 300. And that's it, create. Okay, now we're ready to put our still life photo on this canvas, this blank canvas, which is the same proportions as your canvas, okay, that you have at home. So we go File, Place Embedded, and I've got mine in here. So I've put it into a folder called Photos. I took quite a few. It took me a while to get exactly what I wanted, but this is more or less my final one. Okay, now there's a few things missing from my window, so I'm just going to add those before I forget. So we need to make sure we've got our layers, but also a history, and also my tools are missing. So window tools are down here. I'll need those. Okay, so there's my image. It doesn't fit into the canvas, so I need to actually stretch it out to make it fit. And when I do that, I'm actually keeping in mind the composition and the balance as well. Okay, so I'm aiming for an asymmetrical composition. You can see that already. I've probably got too many objects there, but that's fairly close to, I think that's pretty much how I want it. I did end up changing it a little, but for this tutorial, pretty much that's all you need to do. There's one more thing that I would like you to do with regards to sort of making it a bit more contrasting and improving the sort of color. So I'm just going to go up here to Image, and I'm going to go Auto Tone, and that automatically fixes the tone so that you have a nice crisp white somewhere. And you know, the white is probably this reflection here, this specular reflection. And it also makes sure that I've got some pure blacks in there too, which I probably do, you know, in the licorice and maybe down in these shadows. And that ensures that your image pops and it looks quite 3D and not flat. Finally, you might want to have a look and see what auto color does. I find that sometimes it sort of makes the colors look better and sometimes it doesn't. So I'll leave that up to you. But once you've done that, you're ready to save that as a JPEG. So we simply go File, Save As, save it on your computer, and just make sure that it is a JPEG. So over here it says Photoshop. Click JPEG because you're going to have to print this off, and printers basic printers do not know what a Photoshop file is. So save it as a JPEG. Make sure you know where you've saved it. I'm just going to call it 4, My Still Life 4, because I've actually made a few before this. And I'm going to click save, and that's it. So once you've done that, you're ready to print that off. I'm assuming that you've got a printer at home. A black and white printer is absolutely fine. You don't need a color printer for this. Although if you don't have a printer at all, then you may have to go to Officeworks and get that printed off. When you print it off, make sure that you print off its exact size. Okay, so don't print the whole, don't fill the whole page. You want to print an image that literally measures, if you were to use a ruler, 20 by 25 centimeters. That's really important when we're using a grid to enlarge it onto a surface that is exactly double. Okay, so get that printed off. Make sure that it's printed off to scale and not to fill the whole page. So to scale. Okay, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.